Health class was the most funny class ever in school, and today I'm gonna tell you why I thought it was the best thing ever. Well, most people were uncomfortable. And what's this? Wah, 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 wah. What? I gotta read? Oh, fine, I guess I'll read this. Nash does not condone laughing in the middle of health class. You are disrupting your learning or whatever. Also, this video does have some extreme topics, especially compared to my other videos. So if you are uncomfortable with me saying the word penis, then click off. So before we talk about this, just know I am a very immature human being. Robots can be human too, damn it. Robot rights. Robot rights. Like, I'm talking, this teacher literally said vagina, and I was laughing my booty cheeks off. However, at the same time, I am one of the most mature students ever, as I would never skip class, as it is literally stupid and pointless. And a bunch of other life lessons that I have learned in my 15 years of life. And these lessons are lessons that most people wouldn't learn till they're 18 years old. Anyway, during health class, I always just laugh. And the thing is, through 5th grade, it was completely understandable. In fact, some of my homies would be laughing with me. And then I proceeded to skip health class in 6th grade and move right to 7th. If you're wondering why I didn't have 6th grade health class, well, COVID. But luckily I did watch a YouTube video that very summer about everything that I missed basically. Your parents will tell you, don't worry. I was still immature and giggling at everything. If anything, it was even worse now. I was somehow got more immature. But again, everyone else was still immature as hell. But I was probably the only person who was fully comfortable with the teacher going up there and talking about how our penises are gonna get harder more often. Also, they had this little question box where you could put questions in it. I asked 2 questions. 1, how do people not pee when they do the woody burn? And by the way, woody burn is what I called sex back then. And when the teacher read the thing out loud, I remember saying at the top of my lungs, "Hey, I said woody burn, not sex!" And all of my classmates just started giggling. The second question I asked is, if Clifford were to hump another dog, would that dog explode and die on impact because Clifford's pee-pee is so big? Apparently, my teacher said that's not how it works. Even though Clifford probably got the pee-pee the same size as the grown man. And I had this one friend who was literally having the worst time. For the sake of this, I'll just call her Google. She was literally living in hell while I was behind her just giggling and pointing out everything. Like, yo! Before I say what vile shit I said when I was a small child, just know, me as a young jit did not know what I was saying, nor did I know how creepy it was. I just thought I was making some good old jokey laughs. Oh, that's where you pee from! Luckily we were both little kids and didn't realize how creepy that sounded. I remember also in that class, the teacher sort of had us plan out our life, including when we would have sex. I said somewhere after 18, being the giga chad that I was, listening to Mess Yourself's advice like it was the name of God. Keep it in your pants till you're 18. Some girl in the class said that she would get an STD by the time she was 15, which I don't think she realized that she had to be attractive to do that. Then we got 8th grade, and I'm not gonna lie, 8th grade was straight up mid, bro. This health class in 8th grade was a load of mid. It was terrible. It was garbage. It was boring. No, it wasn't mid, it was booty. They were just teaching us about consent and how to have a healthy, strong relationship. Bruh, I'm not here to hear all that. I just want to hear you say the word penis again and again. However, my classmates did not agree, because by this point, I was in grade 8. So every other kid in that class was mature, or rather they thought they were mature. Like, Jesus, some of them thought that the way that love would work is that you would find your forever love in high school and then get married in your early 20s. At least when I was that young, I knew that that wasn't the case. However, although 8th grade health class was straight up booty cheeks, 9th grade health class was when health class was at its peak. And not for everyone else though, just for me. besides talking about vaping and how it's bad for you, and marijuana, and drinking, and how to eat a balanced diet, they would talk about pee-pees and vajayjays, and I would be left-ees. And honestly, to an extent, you can't even blame me. Like, sure, at this point, I probably should not have been so immature that I was still laughing at the teacher saying penis, but there was literally a slide where she showed a pictures of two naked Barbies on each other and explained how sex works, and I freaking lost it. I was laughing so loud and so hard, making a disappointment of my entire family bloodline, being like, is this the newest person in our bloodline? Really? He's from the new generation? He's gonna carry out our bloodline? This dude? In every single class, it was just one giggle after the next. I mean, like, besides the second class, that class was different. Pointing. All they talked about the entire class was pronouns and how to get people's genders right, and talking about gay people, in which, in my personal opinion, they shouldn't really teach that in school, or at least not in 9th grade. That should be something that you learn in 12th grade, because in my personal opinion, no little kid needs to know what a transgender is. Look, okay, if you're a little kid and you're trans, sure, go for it, knock yourself out, but it's just my opinion, so please don't cancel me, LMNOP community. And then another class, they talked about how to put on a condom correctly, and that class I definitely laughed the most at. And my parents were pretty mad at me for laughing at that one, because I probably could have learned something important there. But it doesn't even matter. Ever since this dude right here made this video, it sort of stayed a canon event that every single YouTuber would be a virgin. Hell, even people who lost their virginity were still virgins. They got that both. In fact, even if you do it, you're still a virgin now if you're a YouTuber. Also, I found it very funny. And speaking of YouTuber, yeah, guys, did you know that only 3.5% of y'all are subscribed? I just thought I'd mention it now since we were talking about likes and sharing and comments. Hey, it doesn't sound like a bad idea now that you're thinking it. Yay! That there's apparently flavored condoms. Like what? Is your pee-pee gonna need to have that good grape taste? Also, after class, since nobody in that classroom was as immature as me, I would go up to my more immature friends in my other classes with a big grin on my face, and like it was the latest gossip, I would just tell them everything that happened, and then they would start laughing too. And my teachers heard it, and then they would be like, is that your favorite class? And I'd be like, it's the funniest. And then they started laughing too. And once in my math class, I said that in the math class, they showed diagrams of penises. And everybody started laughing. Might I also add, whenever health class would be on that day, I would literally be happy for the rest of the day. I would be giggling, having a day of pure laughs, and golly gee, that's how funny I thought it was. Also, this actually took place on a different day, but once the school event came about consent and stuff, now this time I was a bit more mature. I mean, I still found it funny, but I managed not to laugh. It took a lot of my willpower, but this time I managed to actually do it, unlike the last time I tried. However, that did not stop me from having one of my friends get a condom, right? He got a condom, and then he gave it to me. This friend knew how immature I was, and he just wanted to see it unfold, and boy did I deliver. I blew that condom up like a balloon in the middle of class, and then I called it Balloony the Condom. Hey, fun fact unrelated to this video. Did you know my parents watch my YouTube channel? Okay, in summary, health class is one of the best classes ever in school because of how much I laughed at it. Anyway, goodbye. Man, I sure had a lot of fun making this video. This is probably my funniest video I'm ever gonna make. Anyway, goodbye.